Hey guys, I'm gonna try to do this without the microphone because I'm trying this on the tablet today. Um, I did a brief sound test, but I had the tablet closer to me. Things seemed good. Hopefully that'll maintain. Oh, holy crap, with the pushback you can see my Yetis even more. Holy shit. I apologize. Um, so I thought this morning, because it is morning now, it is actually 5:01 a.m. on Saturday, the 11th of November. Because of my stress and depression, apparently my body has decided we're third shifting it again. So I've been doing like housework and stuff while I have the motivation, because I had slacked a little bit in it. But on the upside, if I actually get some interest, when I'm done, I'll actually give you guys a tour. I really haven't gotten much engagement yet, but I know I haven't posted a lot yet. So, hopefully in time that will change. You gonna hop up? You might be able to get a muffin sighting. Come on, buddy. Muffin. Aki? Muffin. Muffin. No? You being camera shy? If he changes his mind, I'll introduce you to Old Man Ragamuffin. You can come up? What pants? You swishing your tail at me? You don't like that I'm calling attention to you? So, yeah, I thought I'd do an update. Thought I'd also talk to you guys while I put together my weighted hoop, because I did get one. And that's actually also the reason why the tablet is pushed back for me. I might have to push it a little bit further if I put this together. I'm probably gonna look like a jackass, but if it fits, I'm thinking I can, do 10 minutes of it on the camera. Sort of show you guys that even though I have been kind of slacking this week, I have reasons on my exercise bits that, excuse me, mister. The blinds are up enough that they can hop onto the windowsill without disturbing it. But apparently, he just wanted to make noise. So, yeah, I still have to do my 10 minutes of exercise for the day. So, if I don't have an Amberlynn Reed moment with the weighted hoop, then maybe you'll hear me huff and puff for 10 minutes. Alright. I gotta get out of the box first. So, okay. So, it's Saturday now. So, last Saturday, my daughter and her fiance, James, he was over from Australia. They were having a little bit of a ceremony to, hold on, because that's a little loud. That looks backwards to me. I don't know if it's going to look right to you guys, but it says weighted fitness hoops. I can read backwards. So, they were having this ceremony. They're not officially married, so in case anyone official from Australia is watching this, there was no officiate, there was no certificate. It was just something nice to do because um, this is Daddy, Tom, my fella, was supposed to be there as part of the whole thing. And it was just to see Lucinda dress, James decked out, because they're going to get married in Australia. That's their plan. And, they wanted to do something nice here while Tom's still around. But because he's in the hospital, well, no, he's not in the hospital still now, but he was in the hospital Saturday. He wasn't able to attend. I brought my tablet. I brought my phone. I got decked out. My makeup. Bonus Mom said I looked good, but I didn't think so. But we're our own worst critics, right? So, I got these sort of well, they're not platform sandals, but they have a very thick sole. So they kind of are like lifts, but not exactly. But they fit, but it was the first time I was wearing them. And there's no back on them. So as I was leaving and I was outside and I was going to Aunt Angela's car, his aunt, but basically part of the family. One of them started sliding off my foot, and instead of stopping, which would have been the smart thing, Dessa, I kept walking and trying to fix by bringing my foot forward to try to get my feet, because it was like an elastic, it was a thicker thing kind of going around the feet and like the toes were peeking out. That sort of sandal. It was elasticy fabric sort of stuff. And my foot went womp and I fell. And I fell on my hands and knees. I was mostly unscathed. I've noticed there's some boo-boos on my left knee. Yeah, I'm calling it a boo-boo. And my bracelet bit me on my wrist. I know it's hard to see the bandage because of my pale ass skin, but there is a bandage there. Unfortunately, I didn't have my tablet in its case. Not that I had a screen protector on the screen to begin with, because I usually, when I take it out, I have like a rubberized case that I put it in. But the sort of stand that I have it in when I have it at home, the one I have this tablet in right now, the rubberized case was too thick for it, so it wouldn't hold it right. So I had far gone. I decided not to. I thought it'd be okay. I had it like nearly 3 years. Not a scratch on it. I kept it in such good condition. But when I fell, my bag hit the pavement. And it completely shattered the screen. I mean, at least half of it was completely shattered. The other one definitely had some cracks and shit going through it. It was not good. Yes, hi, Mr. Rumble. Rumblebee. You want to come up? Because you're acting adorable and being distracted. You were just rolling on the ground. Rumble. Hey. Why are you sniffing? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Cats see things, smell things that we just don't. So yeah. I couldn't even see the thing when I powered it on. So I couldn't use the screen to try to unlock my thing. I'm still mad at myself about it, but thankfully, a longtime friend of mine, James, he apparently had been trying to get rid of an S7 for about as many years as I had my S6. And so he was looking to sell it for about $350, but he had some other things he was going to sell with it. I didn't need that stuff. Like, I didn't need a controller, and I didn't need a headset, because I have my Kraken Kitty headset that I got off of Amazon for $50. It was listed as used like new, but that shit wasn't even removed out of the packaging. So it was essentially new. Just part of the outside of the box was kind of like chipped because it's like a plasticky box. My buddy. So I basically got a brand new Kraken Kitty headset from Amazon for $50. And I have a controller for my tablet, and I have a controller for my Switch, so I didn't need that stuff. So I was able to do, I'm able to pay him in installments because he understands that I'm on disability. I gave him my first $50 payment already, so I owe him $200. But I mean, it's not bad. If I want to pay extra, this is a 5G, so technically I could get a SIM card for it, take calls, have mobile internet on it. I was hoping I could just share like my data, but I don't think that works. I don't really use my data much on my phone, so I'm not sure how that all works. I'm trying to figure it out still. So yeah, thankfully, it was a couple days before I could get this one, but so far it's been working really well. I think the camera on this one is better than my other one, and I think it's better than my phone. Anyone who's watched my other videos, maybe you can comment. So, yeah. Oh, fuck. I was so sore for days. And then Tuesday was election day. And I've only been to my polling place once. Since moving here. And I figured, okay, I can walk, because Diana wasn't sure she was going to be able to bring me. So I figured, okay, I'm a big girl, and I remembered it was in a church. And from the tenant's entrance in the back, you can see a church. So I thought that's where I had to go. So I'm going around, I'm trying, it doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look familiar. I finally get the bright idea. I use my phone and Google Assistant to basically GPS my ass to the polling place. And I was correct. It was, in fact, in a church. And there was Grandpa apparently listening to me. That's usually why I refer to him as Grandpa. When I'm referring to him. Because I use the male voice. I enjoy Grandpa. But sometimes he's a little senile. Wow, this is definitely gonna fit me. I haven't even used all the links yet. I'm pretty sure that's going to go around my waist. Huh. I don't know if I should give it a try as is or what. Because I have 2 sets of 2 links and 2 sets of 1 links. So yeah. Long story short on that. Okay, so I'm going to need all the links. But that's just because of my fucking hanging skin. Okay. Back to story stuff. So, long story short, I walked for well over an hour between finally getting to the polling place, voting, because I didn't give up. I went and I voted, and then getting back home. Getting back home was just a straight path. A straight path. And if I had just maybe thought to do the GPS thing right from the start, it would have been the 8 minutes like it explained to me when I just looked up the address. Yep. So, other parts of me were sore for pretty much the rest of the week. So, no walking, no exercise, no walking, no exercise. Tuesday, all the fucking walking. Wednesday, no. Thursday, no. Friday, no. So today, yeah, that's gonna fit. Fucking A. Okie doke. So, yeah. Good times. Fun times. So, and then this should be able to just snap. And thankfully, it's not suffocating me, and I don't have to have it all the way up here. Like, see up here? So, that is good to know. And then the weight is something I could actually bludgeon someone with. Oh, you heard that? Oh, you heard it too? Why don't you come up on the couch? Muffin butt. I gotta find someplace for this to be. Muffin. Aki. Well, come here. Come here. This is Rat Muffin. No, stop being shy. You're fine. You're fine. How do you even know that I'm recording? Buddy, show your beautiful face to the camera. He's a good boy. Oh, is it just because Rumble's around? Muffin. Shh, it's okay. Sometimes Ragamuffin instigates. It's okay, buddy. So, he doesn't always like... And yet they sleep next to each other. So, figure that one out. Cats being cats. So yeah. I've spent like most of the week having parts of me sore for one reason or another. Thankfully, I thought I wasn't going to be able to do my meeting on Monday, this past Monday, with Matthew, but thankfully he called, so we basically had a tele-appointment, And, you know, we touched base on things like he was trying to show concern about the fact that I do keep later hours and how artificial light and stuff like that um, tends to increase depression and stuff in people. And I'm like, yeah, but my body prefers to be active at night. And it's this weird thing. Like, the jobs I enjoyed the most when I was working were the later night jobs. Doing overnights at Walmart, Price Chopper, second shift at the donut shop kind of sucked because of the owner, but, you know, after a point where I was basically doing the cleanup and setup for the next day and the donut crew and stuff like that wasn't so bad. I even had a job at a like tuxedo rental place, like setting up the orders, making sure things are steamed pressed, marked for alterations, because that's what they basically do is when they have to hem like the legs of the pants and stuff like that, you mark it with like, it wasn't chalk, it was kind of like waxy, but it wasn't a crayon necessarily. So, and I apologize for my hair looking like crap. I don't wash it every day. It's not good for the hair, so I don't. But it is due for it soon. So yeah, but those jobs, like, I felt more awake during them. Usually there was less people to deal with, so that was also good. The tuxedo place, though, that was way too much standing, and the shifts were long. But you worked only 4 days, and then you got 3 days off. But you worked like 11 hours almost, like, those 4 days. It was a full-time job, so, I mean, you got time off for lunch and stuff like that. So it wasn't actually 11 hours each day, but, I mean, from the time you clocked in to when you finally left, it was, you were there for 11 hours. Yeah, I've just always been a night owl. Like right now, I really don't even feel that tired. I'm gonna have myself sleep soon. Or try, anyway. Just so I don't ruin my sleep schedule too much. Because I do see Matthew again on Tuesday. I know I didn't do an update on Monday, but that's because Monday we didn't get to talk too much. Like, we kind of went over how I was eating, and the fact that I shouldn't look at it like a diet, because I use that word a bit. But he wanted me to not have, how did he put it? Essentially a restrictive mentality on what I'm eating, because, you know, there were times that I was commenting both to him and when I posted things on Facebook, because I do, again, guys, if you're curious, I left my Facebook info in my about, I think, and daily I post what I'm eating. And when I walk or whatever, I'm usually posting the information from my watch. Just to, you know, again, it's keeping me accountable. And just letting people know that I am doing it. And if I'm not doing it, I explain why. And I say explain because it's not an excuse. If I can do it, I'm going to do it. Just like I'm going to be doing this shortly. I think for the first time, I'm just going to do it off camera. If you guys want, in the future, I will do it on the camera. But, I mean, let me know. But I'm still apprehensive about having my tablet in the vicinity. So I'll close out the video, move my tablet back into the bedroom, then do my exercises. It's not you guys, it's me. I don't trust myself. So yeah, it was kind of like a weekend review between me and Matthew for the most part. He wanted me to try to incorporate more vegetables into what I was eating, and I have been, especially broccoli. I actually really like broccoli, and just getting frozen broccoli from like Walmart or whatever, it's cheap, and especially when you get it in a steamable bag. There's one that they have for under $2, and it's basically like 4 servings of broccoli, but it's only like 25 calories per serving. So it's basically 100 calories for like a bag like that big. It's sizable. And so I added that to some Bird's Eye veggie mac and cheese that I also found. It was like, that was like $1.97 or $2.97. I want to say $2.97. Also at Walmart. Where the pasta is chickpea and zucchini based. And actually really good. Add a little bit of salt to punch up the cheese flavor. Or even maybe add a little bit of extra cheese. If you prefer, like a sharp cheese or something. But like only maybe a couple ounces. If you're not trying to watch what you eat. But it's really good. And I think it's gluten-free. So for those who are gluten sensitive, because I did look, because my daughter is gluten sensitive. And I think what they use for their cheese sauce, I looked, it was cornstarch. That's the only binding agent I saw in there. So that was either for the pasta or for the cheese, because the cheese comes in like little pucks. I opened up a bag before I tossed it into the microwave just to see, and yeah, they're little pucks of cheese. I think it helps with the melting process. It makes sense. So gluten-free so far as I know, because cornstarch is gluten-free. And surprisingly good. That one, it was either, I think it was 2.5 servings or 3.5 servings per bag, and about 170 calories. So for a mac and cheese, that's not too bad. Believe me, I looked. And I was already prepping a shopping list for the next time I order food, and not all canned tuna, even albacore tuna, is equal as far as calories go. Same size cans. I looked at the Great Value, and I looked at Starkist. I actually looked at other ones too, but the Great Value was $130 per can, and 1 can's a serving, by the way. So 130 calories, Great Value. Starkist, 110. And yeah, that's only a 20 calorie difference. But when I'm putting together it as a part of a recipe for what I call my tuna melts, it adds up. Because I usually do 2 sandwiches at a time. And I make my tuna in advance. Hi, buddy. It's a muffin. Ragamuffin. What you looking for? But I do 2 sandwiches. I put them on English muffins. I toast the English muffins slightly first. Then I put like cheese on each side. I found it's gonna cost me a little bit more to do it this way, but less in calories. Sargento has a deli sliced, thin sliced. That's actually how they write it on the packaging. Colby Jack, I believe it is, or it was sharp cheddar. It's one or the other. Where it's like 45 calories per 3 slices. I only need 2 per sandwich, so that'll be even less. Because I use 1 slice for each half of the English muffin. And then I've switched up to light mayo. That I did see, I compared it to like Hellmann's and stuff. Light mayo seems to be the same, which is about 35 calories per serving as opposed to I want to say it's close to 100 for regular mayo. It's like it's a big difference on that one. And then some fresh veggies. I prep the tuna ahead of time so it can sit and mingle, and the onion. I do onion, celery, and some green pepper. It can all mingle together. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. And I cut out like 100 calories when I went through and just looked things over again. But I'm not reducing how much of it I eat. So that was actually nice. And I think just making smarter swaps like that, will help me in the long run have things that I'm craving. I'm also craving turkey burgers, honestly. It's another thing that I've been wanting. So but they weren't in stock when I last looked. So that's why I kind of put off ordering food. But having a turkey burger with like a bunch of lettuce and having like a cucumber with ranch dressing. I bought myself 2-ounce cups, like the ones you get in takeout, like when you get fried dumplings or steamed dumplings, but you get the dipping sauce, and it comes in that little cup with the... Excuse me, Rumblebee. Hi. But yeah, the little lids and stuff like that, those are 2 ounces. I was able to find them super cheap. It was either on Walmart's website or Amazon. So I bought like 2 50 packs. I think they're 50. They're 50 or 100 each. But I bought like 2 packs of them. They were under $3 for each one. But I thought, like, when I want to measure out things like that, like a serving of dressing or something, boom, it's sorted. And it takes out some of that guesswork. That, and I've been using it some, like, I've been eating Tom's mom's meals because he hasn't been here and yet they're still showing up. And I can't call to cancel because it's not my thing. Though Diana's working on doing the power of attorney thing, so hopefully she'll be able to do that soon. But like one of the things he gets, it's actually really good, but it's a Colby cheese omelet with like a ham patty thing, and then it has like a couple of French toast sticks in it. I'll add syrup to one of those cups. I mean, I don't obviously have the whole thing of syrup, but I use it to dip the stick in, and it keeps it just kind of together. So, like, again, I just dip, and that's it. And it's not like making a mess on a plate, or, when I'm done with it, I just put the lid on and toss it in the trash. And, I don't accidentally spill it, because that's how you get ants. It's just little things that I do to just help cut the calories, and also make less mess for myself. Because that's also important. So, yeah, it's been an eventful week, even though I haven't updated you guys at all this week until now. I apologize for that, because I've been meaning to do it more. And I said I was going to do it more. But things were rough this week. Just between my body hurting and I was, trying to do the housework thing. Which, when I'm feeling depressed, it's harder. I at least made sure, like, the more important things were done, like laundry and cat litter, and making sure that me and the boys were being fed and they had clean water. Like, those things were definitely seen to. Things have become a little bit cluttered, but like the couch has a bunch of clean clothes on it that I haven't folded. And they probably need to be rewashed now, only because the boys have definitely been using it as a place to sleep. But it's been the colder weather stuff that I haven't needed to wear yet. So there really wasn't a rush in getting it taken care of. Oh, finally a yawn. I apologize. So I'm going to take that as my cue to stop for now. Dessa, you've got to do this more often. You're not going to get anywhere with this if you don't do it more often. So, especially if you want to help people in doing stuff, providing tips, or just venting to people about sometimes life sucking or whatever. I mean, you got to do it, or you're not going to be able to do that stuff. So, yeah. I'm going to do better. Especially since we're closing towards the end of the year. And, with New Year's, there's those resolution things. And this is definitely going to be part of it. Oh, crap. I can see the... Ugh, but it's still not as bad as this one. You can see... That's proof that I've been losing weight. Like, I started off much more fat than I am right now. Yeah. Such a brag, right? But it's true. And I'm hoping Tuesday when I see him again, I'll at least be a few more pounds down. Fingers crossed. I mean, just a few pounds is better than nothing. I do wish I was seeing more progress, but the only way I'm going to do that is if I'm doing stuff that isn't as healthy for me. So I can't do that. Though I did muse over just maybe, mostly drinking liquids and chewing gum for a few weeks. Trident, because it's low calorie. Um, but that's not me encouraging anyone thinking about that. That's just me being honest. Because, I don't like the way I look. I don't. And as I'm losing weight, it's causing other problems with my image to me. Mom tells me that I'm looking better. And when I say mom, I mean bonus mom, Diana. My other mom hasn't seen me since I was 16, so. Besides possibly Facebook pictures, but like in person, she hasn't seen me. She tells me she sees a difference, that, you can actually see that tits are actually bigger than waist. So I'll at least show that much. Oh, wow, this thing, I have to actually lose some links. When I was sitting down, I thought it's actually too big right now. Wow. Okay. That's actually comforting. I gotta undo it though. Come on. There we go. It was just doing it while not looking at it. But, yeah, I'm wearing a bra. And I'm wearing shapewear. I'm not sucking anything in. Ugh, I have a flat ass. So, that's the current state of things. I'm going to try to post before Tuesday, but if nothing else, when I get home Tuesday for my appointment, I'll be giving you all an update, okay? Until then, be sure to be safe. Try to be nicer to one another. There's a lot of crap going on out there lately. I'm seeing my hair and it's bothering me. There's been a few shootings, and I just read that there was this Republican, I think he was a governor or mayor in Alabama. He got outed for at least cross-dressing, though he had a social profile that called himself a curvy trans woman. Sorry. My neck felt tight, so I had to crack it. He called himself a curvy trans woman. He got found out from some conservative media organization, and they posted about it. Apparently he was doing some creepy ass shit, writing erotica, some of it murdery, and having actual names of people he knew, people from his town. And one of his social media profiles actually had the real name and profile of some teen from his area. So, yeah, not good. Apparently, police were just trying to do at least a welfare assessment on him first, before taking him in. I think to at least question him about some of the things that they were finding out. Because, I mean, some of this stuff could have been considered threats, especially since one of the people his trans character was considering murdering and stealing their identity was a real person that at least knew of him. They eventually got him to pull over, and right after he got out of his car, he shot himself. Hopefully YouTube's not gonna flag me for that, but I mean, that's what happened. And he passed immediately. I get it that people... Now, you know what? It's not cool that people think that it's evil. And the fact that people were demonizing him, like, you know, quoting the Bible and saying this and that, and actually demonizing him. And that's what probably pushed him to do this. This is why I don't like religion. This is why I have an issue with it. And in the end, it doesn't matter what his leanings were. He shouldn't have gotten that sort of treatment because of how he might have been feeling inside about himself. He should have gotten compassion. He should have... Maybe he should have moved out of Alabama, honestly. We spend our whole lives trying to figure ourselves out. And when we think we understand ourselves, something happens and it changes us. And then we have to rediscover ourselves all over again. I mean, I'm going to have to do that when Tom passes. I'm going to have to understand what my life is going to be without him. And whether or not I can move past him. I mean, I don't want to be alone, so the idea is yes, ultimately, but then how the fuck do I even do that? I mean, I'm a disabled person. Disabled person who is probably too old for most apps. I mean, I'm 43. I don't know what I'm going to do. So, I think people just need to try to have a little bit more empathy towards one another. At least try. Yeah, you maybe can't understand their position, how they could feel that way. You know, they're looking in the mirror and what they're seeing isn't how they feel. Maybe you don't get that, but that's still what's happening to them. So don't be a dick about it. Don't call them names or tell them that it's just a phase or it's not real. They're not real. That they're just doing it to exploit children. You know, they can go into a bathroom that... No, man. No. It makes me so upset. You know, and someone in a comment on something else got on my case about that very thing, saying that I was just spouting things that were said years ago on Tumblr. And it's like, I've never been on Tumblr. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a millennial thing, or was a millennial thing. Do people even use it anymore? I don't fucking know. And it, you know, I've read the studies about... My original comment was about how I'm of the mind that trans women very much are real women, especially with all the bullshit they go through to, first of all, become women. But second, the harassment they get, you know, based on what they are. They get physically assaulted, they get sexually harassed, sexually assaulted. I mean, it's the same shit we go through. You know, as cis women, it's the same thing. So why not consider them the same as us? And I'm getting told I'm wrong for thinking that way, or that it's too depressing. Well, you look at the statistics, the underreported statistics, I might add, of cis women and trans women, and how often they're attacked, how often they're harassed, how often they're violently attacked by their partners or strangers. And this is why I knew when I was going to start this channel that I couldn't... that I was going to touch into things that were going to be considered political or whatever, because I'm opinionated. But my opinions are based on what facts I've actually been able to find. And I say it like that because, again, especially in this particular topic, it has been stated time and time again that in SA and DA, whatever YouTube wants me to say so I don't get in trouble, women are getting hurt. And it's either a half or a third of the time that it's actually getting reported. And that's depending on the type of neighborhood and the cultural demographic. And that's even just looking at the US. It can be less in other countries. And sometimes it's less because they make sure their victims can't speak when all's said and done. So somebody should. And that's why I get mad sometimes when I hear people say that they're going to stay out of the politics because they don't want to offend people. Maybe people should be offended sometimes. Maybe people should get into heated discussions about this sometimes. Maybe the facts should be put in people's faces sometimes so they can understand what horrible things are going on in the world And maybe then it'll see change. I remember as a teen, I avoided the word feminist like it was a plague. And it wasn't because I was one of the, what do they call them now? I'm not like the other girls. Because, I mean, I was a tomboy, yeah. I hung out in comic book shops and I played tabletop games and, yeah, I hung out with mostly guys. Um, I found girl drama to be tiresome. It might have been because of the autism. I don't know. But there was a time where that's who I was. But I came to realize later on that these issues were more important than how I thought people would think about me if I said, yeah, maybe I am a feminist. But I'm still not sure if I am. I just want people to be treated well. And I understand that women get shit on worse. I know it's not just women. And I'll talk about it when it comes across that, some guy had shit happen and it's shitty. Like the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing. Yes, I'm team Johnny Depp, but that's because he was absolutely abused in his childhood. And he was being abused by Amber Heard. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, maybe not all his responses to being abused would be considered correct by people, especially the texts back and forth between him and Paul Bettany. But that was venting. That wasn't him actually doing anything to her. That was him just blowing off steam. And as someone who went through abuse, I could see it for what it was. He wasn't proud of those texts. He wasn't necessarily proud when he did behave aggressively on cabinets. On cabinets. Never her. So, I will stand up for anyone that needs standing up for. But too often you guys seem to, be mostly alright, and women not so much. It's just the reality of it. This isn't me being a hater. It's just me looking at the facts. Another example, the Jax Films and Sniper Wolf thing. Yeah, I Sniper Wolf, dude, there is something wrong with her. She might be a narcissist. She might have other problems wrong with her too. So that's another thing recently that's been blowing up that comes to mind where it's a fucked up situation. Especially since, he has at least his wife. I don't know if he has like young kids or whatever, but the fact that she went to his fucking house and she shared that information with all those boys that are thirsty for her. Like, come on, girl. You had to know. And yeah, she might have deleted it. But who's to say who saved it? If I was him, yeah, I'd be trying to move. I mean, it sucks, but I'd be trying to move. Because I don't want to see anything bad happen to dude. He's done nothing wrong. Yeah, he was calling her out on some shit. He was being cheeky about it. Maybe if she wasn't being such a fake ass bitch, he wouldn't have done it. But sorry, I've seen her videos. They're terrible, dude. Like, if I ever get the opportunity to do like TikTok compilations where I'm commenting or whatever, I definitely intend on being more interactive than just watching them. You know? So yeah, I don't consider myself a feminist. I guess I consider myself a humanist, or I try to. Humanity doesn't always make it easy. They don't always make it easy. So I do sometimes half joke and say that I like cats better than I like people. They're easier to figure out, man. They don't require as much, and there's so much less drama with cats. So much less. You know? All they want is to share my food, share my bed, occasionally lick the shit out of my face. Get cuddles. I mean, simple, man. Simple. Oh, and get some of that NIP. But I'm not going to say the whole thing because they know that word. Fuck, I went over an hour again. I think part of the reason why people will never fucking watch me is because of how long I go. But I love to fucking talk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do intend on doing a video here shortly. I actually want to talk about the Steam Link OLED. OLED, however you want to say it. Because I do have some thoughts on it, and I do actually have some gripes with Valve right now. Like, I can't... Ever since they came out with their Steam Deck, I've not been able to get their Link app to work on my tablet. My old one, or even this one. I can get it to essentially mirror my laptop, but I can't get the games to run. They'll hang. So I don't know what the hell they did, but I'm wondering if it's intentional. So I'm going to talk about that soon. But I got some hooping to do. And I tried to say goodbye once before already. So be safe. Be kinder to one another out there. Be good to the people that handle your food and your medication. That means, delivery drivers, nurses, doctors. Just be good to those people. If you can spend Thanksgiving with folks, do so. Make those plans. And just be good. I'll talk to you soon.